Hi everyone, this is a pretty back with another deck review. This is the Fire and Brimstone deck from, I believe it's Molax Productions. Um, it's a few years old, couple years old, but I finally decided to get it. For a long time I was undecided on whether or not I would get it or not, but I finally decided to get it. Here it is, Fire and Brimstone. There is some kind of a logo up here. Not sure what it is exactly. And then the bottom says Fire and Brimstone, made in England. And it says it's October 2014. I thought there was a number on there. And then there's some kind of a code. You see a pattern on here. It's got a M type of a logo, which I'm guessing is the logo for Molex. On one side, the other way it says Fire and Brimstone. The other side, same thing. Top, it's got that logo again. The bottom has some information. It says its reflected perspectives is a subsidiary, I should say, of Molax Productions, or it's reserved, Joanna Rodrow, or design, blah blah. Just some information. The back is the same as the front. There is no seal on there. However, there's a seal on the corner, which is pretty interesting, different. And it says original. You can see it's kind of holographic. And it says original down here as well. Hard to see. On the flap, you just get that pattern. And it's on the other flaps as well. Nothing inside the box, of course. That back in 2013, interior artwork was not a thing. Yes. Maybe it was a little bit really starting. But anyway, this is a smaller project. It is grid size. First, you get a card here of some information. It says these are the 5 images that made Fire and Brimstone. These are the inspirations for the artwork, I guess. Very interesting. Here you see the back design. It is a one-way back design because it is M in the center and whatnot. But it's a minor thing. It also says Molex and Choppa Molex, that's the artist. It's a girl, obviously. Well, you can tell. And here we go. It says Molex Choppa. Maybe it's Molex Choppa Molex, whatever. This is information. It says to use the photographs to create all the images via reflection. See from the internal spaces of the images until they themselves reflected a concept to me. A reflection of my pain at that time. MolexProductions.com. Pretty interesting. And you see some artwork there. I guess maybe it's a self-portrait. Then you get to the Jokers. You get this one's kind of gray and white and black. Pretty weird. It says Joker in the corners in a white and gray color. Here's the other one. Basically the same thing, but in fire colors. Fire and Brimstone. Also, there is a little logo in the corners. It's a little bit harder to see in this one, but it's in there. And in this one, it does say Joker, but again, it's hard to read. Not a big fan of that. The indexes being a little bit hard to read in some cases. The Ace of Spades, pretty interesting. Spade tip, lots of details above and below. It's got 4 indexes, by the way. Well, you can tell, obviously. Court cards, they are pretty weird. 4 indexes. Interesting how these indexes are backwards, I guess. Usually they're like all the same. And down here again, you can see the index is a little bit hard to read. This one is more or less, well, it's similar, but it's a jack. Some similarities, some differences. It definitely looks like Fire, Hell, and Brimstone. That's for sure. I can't even really make heads or tails of these court cards. So I couldn't tell you if, yeah, they were inspired by those images or not. They're just, wow, pretty interesting. Not what I was expecting, that's for sure. Then again, I guess all I really saw was the back design. But I've seen, collectors do have these decks, so I figured I would check it out. I would get it. I got this on Etsy from Molex Chopa. Uh, she sells it there. You can get it there if you want. Just search for Fire and Brimstone on Etsy. You'll find it. Wasn't overly expensive, and shipping wasn't bad either. Here's the number cards. They do have black pips in there and red pips on the red cards, but they're pretty small. And lots of details in the background. I wonder if some of this could have been removed and the pips made a little bit more central. The twos you will see have a flowery thing in the center. Diamonds, that is that. Let's get on with it here. These cards do have a plastic coated smooth finish type thing going on. Make sure these are the right way. Don't want to put them backwards. I hate one-way decks when you put them backwards. Unless you're doing it intentionally for a trick, you don't want to do it. Actually, fan's not too bad, all things considering. And spread's not too bad either. And it looks kind of cool spreading. Overall, let's have a look. There is like a little bit of an edge, raised edge on the edges on the faces because of the finish. So that could affect handling just a little bit. But then again, if you buy this deck, it's not going to be for handling purposes or fanning or anything like that. It's going to be for artistic reasons, collecting reasons. Certainly not for usability reasons. So let's have a look at it. The back is not bad. I'm not really sure that has to do with the theme. It's just a logo all over the place. The entire back has the logo. It's got those other logos in the four corners. The name, Molex Chopa, on there as well. And then the logo in the center. So it's all one way. It's not even just that in the center. The entire thing is one way. Except for the writing and these symbols in the four sides. So that makes it a little bit hard to use. And the name seems a little bit unnecessary. And it would have been nice if, all these little logos throughout were reversed. Actually, they are. Some are facing one direction, some are facing the other. So it's just this M in the center that makes it a one-way. So it's not that bad. Borderless, of course. It looks nice when you spread it, fan it. And I will say 4 out of 5, maybe. 3 3/4 out of 5. Something is backwards here. See? It's already backwards. Anyways, their faces, a little bit weird. The number cards aren't too bad. I thought they'd be a lot harder to read because the pips are so tiny, but it's actually not bad. The court cards, on the other hand, with the indexes disappearing into the artwork, not so good. Plus, I don't even know what the hell the court cards are other than they're fire and brimstone. I don't know if it's hell, if it's just what it's supposed to be. I appreciate the artistic aspect of it, but it doesn't make for a usable deck. So I will say for the faces, keeping all that in mind, about 3 or so out of 5. I can't go too high. As for usability, or not usability, I don't do that anymore. Handling wise, like I said, smooth finish, kind of plastic coated type finish. It fans a bit, especially face up. It seems to fan better because of those edges, I guess. And it does spread nice, and it looks pretty nice when you spread it and fan it. So I will say, anyways, for handling, and the stock, I should mention as well, pretty thin, bends pretty easy. keeping all that in mind, I will say about 4 out of 5 maybe for handling. It's not bad, could be better. Some people are not going to like the art. Some people are not going to like that it's bridge size. Some people are not going to like that it's smooth finish. Some people are going to like it regardless. If you like it, you can check out her shop on Etsy. I will put a link in the description. And the price is not bad or anything like that. It's definitely unique. And I believe only 500 produced. Something like that. It's on her page. I think it's on her page. And it's definitely seen as collectible. For whatever reason. Anyway, that is that. Overall, I'll say 3.5, 3.75 out of 5 perhaps. 3.5 out of 5 tops, I'll say. It's okay. The handle's not too bad. It's just some of the artwork could be a little bit better, in my opinion. Just the indexes need to be better. You know, it needs to be playable. Otherwise, it's not very usable, and kind of negates that. Kind of makes you question the reason for buying it if you can't really use it. Other than collecting purposes. Anyway, enough said. That's that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm always open to getting messages. I respond to comments all the time. Check out cardporn.com and collectibleplayingcards.com. Discount codes are in the description box below. Finally got it right. And that's that. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.